Hello, everybody, and a very good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Jasneet, and we have with us Ms. Rupal Patel, who is a senior child psychologist. Should we pick toys for kids based on their child's age alone?
Well, age would be one of the factors for sure, and especially when you pick like a Fisher Price toy, so the brand has actually looked into the age appropriateness, the developmental appropriateness of toys. So yes, up to the age of 1.5 years, for sure, just picking out toys based on age blindly is great. After that, what happens is you also need to consider, as they grow older, you need to consider the developmental aspect. Like a child maybe who is age-wise, age appropriately is supposed to play with a 4-piece puzzle. But that child might have been so intellectually stimulated or, naturally maybe more intellectual, so that 4-piece is not challenging enough. So then you need to give them a 6-piece puzzle.
Right.
Another would be a preference. Some kids have different temperaments, different preferences. So if a child doesn't want to play with, say, blocks and they want to play with cars or dolls instead, so there's nothing wrong, and it's usually around that same age. So again, you have to see that choice, because I think gender is something we tend to stereotype, which shouldn't be done.
Yes.
Like only boys have to play with cars and girls have to play with dolls. I mean, why can't they play with the other? So
yes.
So the key is, yes, to keep the age appropriate in the toy in mind, and most of the toys have that age written. Like I think all the Fisher Price toys for sure have what age it's appropriate for, so keep that in mind. And then once you expose them to the age appropriate and the developmentally appropriate toys, give them the choice, let them choose what they want to play with.
What are the first few toys that should be given or introduced to a child?
First few toys are like this baby gym. I think it's one of the brilliant examples, because it's got a lot of color. So I think color is a very important part, where the contrasting color is bright and the contrast color. So I think that plays a great role. There is the piano which the baby is lying down and kicking. So it's actually developing their gross motor skills. Even when they're trying to grasp all these things, it's developing their fine motor development. Some of these come with mirrors. They have a mirror, so they're looking at each other, recognizing. So it just helps that social interaction in a very minute way, but it does. Even these things, which is like this, which makes sounds and rattles, and again this has a mirror.
Yes.
So it's this whole pack also which has all these musical toys. They love toys that move. They love toys which have different textures which they feel, cuddly toys. So all these are great starters for the first first toy bag.
Yes, ma'am. And also for kids who are just learning to walk, how do these toys with pushing, pulling, or a walker, how do these toys help in child development?
Okay, so when a child is like learning to walk, or before the child has started walking, they obviously need to stand before they walk, right?
Yes.
So like if you look at this walker here, which is this line. So here, in fact, this I think has been made lovely, because it's before the child is even walking, they are sitting and playing with all these toys. And as it progresses, so this toy continues for a much larger period than just for those few months. It's not just as a walker. So first you use it to play. Then as the child starts holding it, it's like a support system for the child to stand. When they stand, the leg muscles kind of develop. When those leg muscles develop, they're able to take that first step, which is the prerequisite to start walking. And then once they start walking, they're pushing and walking. That teaches them again a lot of things. Like suppose they are walking with this and there's an obstacle which comes in the path. They learn to navigate around it. So they're learning how to problem solve plus coordinate, and they feel very confident that, oh, I can do this. Again, it teaches them cause and effect. If I'm going to push it faster, it'll move faster. If I'm going to, so that cause and effect is learned. And this makes, of course, there's music in it, which is entertaining for the child. So it serves a lot of purposes.
Yes.